Hello and welcome to another 2 and 4 Media feature interview. Now, I said another, but this has to be a special one because pageant season is getting into full swing in these beautiful British Virgin Islands. Today, we are meeting the contestants of the Miss Teen BVI Pageant 2024. We have all that for you after this quick break.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hot. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised before the break, today we are meeting the lovely contestants of the Miss Teen BVI Pageant 2024. Right now on set, we have contestant number 1. How about you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Greetings, BVI. I am Asha Hinman, a 19-year-old sophomore attending the illustrious University of the Virgin Islands. I enjoy dancing, mokojumbi, environmental conservation, and spending time with my family and friends. I am your Miss Teen British Virgin Islands Delegate number 1. Thank you for having me.
Amazing introduction. You are certainly ready for the stage.
Yes, thank you.
Now, start us off with a little bit about your background. You mentioned that you're in school. What are you studying? And what was your inspiration to participate in the pageant this year?
Yes. I'm pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in biology with the aspirations of becoming an ophthalmologist in my future. The thing that inspired me to vie for this pageant was that as an entertainer, I am not new to the stage at all. I've been dancing for as long as I could remember. But the fear of pageantry and being judged and criticized on a large basis, it scared me and it hindered me from being an all-around individual that I know I could be and I know that I am. So here I am, I'm taking the leap of faith, and I'm proud to say that I'm standing. I'm sitting now, but I'm standing. And I'm successful in this process and this journey, and I'm very excited to be able to showcase my talents and my intellect to my British Virgin Islands.
All right, now you mentioned that you're a dancer and that you're not new to the stage. I could see that playing very well into this process for you. What would you say are your other strengths that will contribute to your participation in the pageant?
Yes, a strength that I have that I love to showcase is my compassion. I am very kind, I'm very caring, and I'm also very sensible. And I think that is a great attribute to have as a contestant and as a title holder. I'm also, as I said, an all-around individual. There's nothing that you can't throw at me that I won't be able to tackle, handle, twist it, and turn it into something that I am able to do to my very best. Another thing is that I am genuine and I'm authentically and uniquely me. When I go on the stage, I'm showcasing Asha and I'm telling my story. And those are 3 attributes I think that a contestant and a vying queen or queen should have.
Right, very well put.
Yes, thank
now,
you.
Of course, going into pageantry, yes, there is the stage aspect, but there's also the aspect of social impact and understanding things that are going on in the society. So could you highlight for me any issues that you have observed in the Virgin Islands that you would like to see addressed?
Yes, when it comes to eye care, which is my platform, it's titled Looking Good, Eye Care Education for All. And my mission, written and developed by myself, is to educate, advocate, and motivate individuals and communities in the British Virgin Islands and beyond about proper and effective eye care practices. I think eye care is a topic that we barely think about and it's barely spoken about out in the public. It's also something that we have to leave the island to get help and treatment for. And I think if it's more spoken about and we're more educated about it, we'll be able to stay right here in the British Virgin Islands and get the proper treatment that we need when it comes to our eyes. We only have one pair, and and once they're gone, we have to take care of them.
Now, tell me a bit about where the funds raised through your Miss Popularity campaign are going to go.
Yes, the fund raised through my Miss Popularity campaign. It's titled The Collaboration of the Century, and I'm collaborating with the Lions Club of Tortola because just last month they had a great turnout at their eye care screening event, which it made my heart smile that there's people in the community who cares about our eyes, and there's actually individuals going to get treatment when it comes to their eyes. So I'm collaborating with them. So all my funds donated will go to them when I win Miss Popularity. And I'm very excited for that.
Now, tell me a bit about this balancing act that you're putting on right now, because you're pursuing a degree that comes with its own pressures and responsibilities, and now you're actively participating in a pageant. What's your experience been like with that?
It has been a challenging experience. I won't lie. Of course, it's challenging. I'm pursuing a biology degree, a bachelor's degree, and I'm also in a pageant, and I'm also a teen, and I'm living and enjoying life. But with scheduling and organization and keeping faith within myself and support from my friends and my family, I'm able to accomplish all the tasks that I love to do and I love to enjoy. Because I like to tell individuals, just because you're pursuing your education does not mean life has to stop. You're able to do both. You have to plan and prioritize education, pageantry, then friends and family, or however it goes for you, then you should plan and prioritize. That's how I'm staying focused and I'm being the best that I can.
Now, of course, pageantry is something where you're seeking not only a title, but an ambassadorship for young women, young people in the British Virgin Islands in general, of course, on the international stage. Tell me a bit about your favorite things about the British Virgin Islands culture, things that you would want everyone in the world to know about.
Yes. The BVI, we have a rich and beautiful heritage and culture, and we have beautiful history here. I love our stories when it comes to cooking and our cuisine. It's beautiful. Our wardrobe and our patterns, our prints, our colors. Also, the history in our land and our rich soil that we have here in the British Virgin Islands. I would love to showcase that on an international basis.
Of course, when someone mentions food in the BVI, it's difficult not to ask, what is your favorite tart?
Don't revoke my VI card. Please don't revoke my VI card. But I do not have a favorite tart. And the reason is that I do not enjoy pastries with fruit fillings. There are many BVI foods that I love, like John cake. I even like fish and fungi, pea soup. Oh my goodness, I love me a good pea soup with dumplings, of course. But I do not enjoy tart. But if I did have to pick one, I would definitely pick pineapple tart, because I do love pineapples.
Awesome. Very safe response. Yes. You watching the chaos from the sidelines.
Yes.
All right. We can't hate that at all.
Yes.
Now, of course, you mentioned some of these qualities earlier, but I'd just like you to zone in a bit more on what qualities you believe that a Miss Teen BVI should possess. And do you already possess these qualities, or are there certain things that you would like to work on throughout this process?
Yes. So the quality that I stated earlier is that Miss Teen BVI title holder should be an all-around individual when it comes to your personality, when it comes to your intellect and your education, when it comes to technology, when it comes to being a societal person and being one out in the community. I think those are amazing attributes, and some that I possess. I am a coder. I'm certified in coding. I'm a dancer and I love to entertain. I love kids and I love speaking with people. I love community. One thing that I would say that I'm working on is definitely my patience and sitting back and allowing the process to ride and take its course. I love to be very hands-on and where is this going? What's happening? How is this going to be played out? And I think it would be a good thing for me to relax and just allow individuals who are placed with these responsibilities to do their jobs. Thank you.
All right. Now, thank you so much for making the time to be here with us today. You did an amazing job. I'd just like to give you a chance right now to, of course, speak to your supporters who have been behind you this entire journey, people on your team. Give them their thanks, give them their flowers,
Yes.
and of course, ask people to ensure that they show up to the pageant and, of course, support you and your fellow contestants.
Yes. First off, when it comes to my supporters, my sponsors, and my family, I would love to give you a heartfelt thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all your support and the guidance that you've helped me with and the strength that you've given me. My sponsors, my family, my friends, those in St. Thomas, and of course my chaperone Lamone Morris. Without you, I would not be on this stage today. When it comes to the show is on June 1st at 6 p.m. sharp. Do not be late. It's going to be held at the Multipurpose Center here in Roetown, British Virgin Islands. I would love to see you there. My contestants and I, we have a beautiful and an exciting show to put on. Tickets, VIP tickets are $65 and regular season tickets are $30. I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much again for your time. We do wish you the best in the pageant.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor.
And viewers, with that, we're heading to a quick break. But when we return, we have contestant number 2. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Orange alert! Orange alert!
Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for Fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. As promised before the break, right now we are joined by contestant number 2. Please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Tia Harbert. I am your contestant number 2. I'm from the British Virgin Islands, Tortola to be exact. I'm a track athlete under Top Notch Track Club, and I'm a very social and outgoing person.
Awesome. Now, what was your inspiration or the reason behind you participating in this pageant?
My inspiration was my mom. My mom ran for Miss Fifth Form in high school, and she won her year. So it encouraged me to join a show. Not only that, but I thought it will open a lot of doors and opportunities for me. So I find this show would be it for me.
Okay, now athletes tend to be very determined, very set on their goals, and they tend to continue pushing themselves. So I would imagine those are strengths of yours.
They are.
All right, now what other strengths would you say you have, and how do you think you could leverage them towards your participation in the pageant?
My strengths that I'll say I have is my confidence. I have a lot of confidence. And anyone that knows me can say that. Other strengths I will say that I have, I'm very focused, and when I want something, I go for it. I'm like my mom, honestly. So those are my strengths that I have.
What are some issues you would say that you've identified in the BVI, of course, as a young woman, as an athlete, as a student, and in what ways do you think you could use your platform in this pageant to help address those issues?
Ways I can use my platform as a young lady, I would say not all females, I'm going to speak on the female aspect, not all females have the confidence like I do. Not all females have their mental to 100. I don't neither. But my platform is basically to encourage others like myself to, if you can't do it, you can. If I can, you can, honestly. So it's to drive motivation, to tell them that they have the support from the community, from everyone to do it.
And can you tell me a bit about the cause you're raising funds for through the Miss Popularity aspect of the pageant?
The cause I'm raising funds for, I'm raising funds for the BVI Athletic Association because we need it. We don't really have that support on that end. So my 50% when I win Miss Popularity will be going directly to them to help us get the mental help that we need, the therapists, the talking to, because we don't get it at all.
Outside of the pageant, tell me a bit about you in terms of your professional and your personal aspirations for the future.
Outside of the show, I am a track athlete, as I said in the beginning, as under Top Notch Track Club. I am a 100-meter hurdler. I recently just got running 200s and 100s. Outside of track, I am a part of the Revolution with King Garden Bay Baptist Church. I attend that. I also sing for them at times. And yeah, I've spent a lot of time with my parents, my mom, my dad at the Mount Healthy Oasis. Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me a bit about the academic side of things. I noticed that in the 3 contestants we have this year, you're the only high school contestant. It's exam season. How are you balancing that?
With it being the last term of the school year, it's very hard. I'm not a studier, but ever since I joined this pageant, I find myself in my books a lot. I can't afford to fall back. I can't afford for none of that. So on the side, when I don't understand, I always ask for help, especially with my mom and teachers that I'm very comfortable with. But outside of that, right now it's going well.
What does the term role model mean to you? I could imagine from the number of times you've mentioned your mom during this interview, it's so heartwarming that I would imagine that your mom is a role model for you.
Yes.
So, of course, with this platform, you would be a role model for other young women in the British Virgin Islands. What would that mean to you?
It means someone that's not afraid to do something, someone that's not afraid to take the lead in certain stuff. So my mom is my role model, as you said, and she takes initiative for everything that she does. Even if someone doesn't want to do it, she will do it. So being with her a lot and being around her shows me what I should do, and it leads me in a path that I think is good.
Of course, Miss Teen British Virgin Islands would be an ambassador for the territory, not only locally, not only regionally, but internationally. Tell me about your favorite aspect of BVI culture, and it has to be something that you would want to shout from the rooftops and make sure everybody knows about the British Virgin Islands.
My favorite part of the British Virgin Islands, I would say, is the lovely beaches, the food, especially I love to eat. So I would say the food is amazing, the beaches are amazing, our views are wonderful. The BVI is someplace you definitely want to be.
All right, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but what's your favorite tart?
People are going to hate me for this. What is coconut? There's no questions. Nothing. It's coconut on the table.
Okay, great. Now, what are the qualities you would say are essential to someone who would hold the title of Miss Teen British Virgin Islands? And do you believe that you already hold all of these qualities, or are there any that you're working on?
There are some that I'm working on. Mm-hmm. Pageant life is a new thing to me. I'm a track girl, so I'm accustomed of sweats, hoodies, baggy t-shirts, and that's it. So things that I'm trying to get accustomed of is getting my hair done, wearing makeup, wearing heels, wearing dresses. It wasn't something I always used to like. But qualities that I think they should have confidence. They should be very social, because you have a lot of interactions, and even though you don't want to, you're gonna have to interact with people, and those are stuff that I have. So those are qualities that I think they should have. Something else I would say is they should have a great personality.
All right, well, we've gotten a glimpse of that personality throughout this interview. Thank you so much for your time today. I just want to give you a chance to speak to your supporters, thank them for helping you along this journey. I mean, I know there's going to be a message in there for your mom as well.
It is.
And of course, invite people to the show.
Okay. I would like to thank everyone that has been there for me. My mom, Johansi, my chaperone, my dad, my siblings, my sister from away, and everyone on the track. I would like to thank you guys for all that you have done for me so far. I would like to remind you guys To vote for me for Miss Popularity, you can vote via ATH, check, or in cash. My funds, I want to make it aware that my funds will be going straight back to the BVI Athletic Association to help us as athletes. But yeah, I would like to also invite you guys to the Miss Teen British Virgin Islands pageant on June 1st, 2024 at the Multipurpose Complex. I would love to see you guys there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, and we do wish you all the best in the pageant.
Thank you for having me.
And viewers, with that, we head to a quick word from our sponsors. When we return, we have contestant number 3.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised before the break, now on set we have contestant number 3. Let's have her introduce herself.
Hi, greetings British Virgin Islands. My name is Ariel Stewart, your contestant number 3. I'm 18 years old and I currently attend the H. Lavie Stout Community College, majoring in general science.
Awesome. Now, tell me a bit about your aspirations for the future. I would believe that your current course of study would lend some idea to what it is, but that's such a broad area.
Yes.
And of course, about your aspirations for this pageant, what pushed you to participate?
So my career aspirations right now lead to radiologist. I want to be a radiologist and kind of do like scanning and those things. My inspiration for the pageant was because I wanted to kind of step out of my comfort zone. I consider myself very quiet and observant and those things. So I really wanted some kind of platform to be able to grow out of my shell.
Awesome. I always love when contestants say that's one of the reasons they got into pageantry, because it's always an amazing platform, an amazing opportunity to grow yourself as an individual. So amazing job there. Now, what do you consider as your greatest strengths, and how do you think they would play into your participation?
So my greatest strength has to be my ambition. I really love doing so many different things. I have so many goals that I want to achieve, but it's what was holding me back was my quietness and being able to, not step out there. So I really think that's one of my greatest strengths coming into this pageant.
Now, you mentioned that you're observant, so I hope this really helps you in this question. Tell me, as a young person in the British Virgin Islands, as a young lady, are there any issues that you have noticed that you think are in need of attention?
Yes, I have noticed quite a few, but my very specific issue that I wanted to focus on was the need for combating the hunger that is going on in the BVI. It stems from a lot of poverty, mental health issues, and unequal access to resources, especially during inflation and the hurricanes and COVID, that all of those events that we had. So my platform really combats and deals with combating this hunger in the BVI that's going on.
Now, tell me how the funds raised through your Miss Popularity campaign will contribute to resolving that issue.
So right now I'm collaborating with the Rotown Methodist Church in their Helping Hands Soup Kitchen. It was founded by my late grandmother, Ariel Stewart. So I'm using the funds from the Popularity to go towards donating some items that they need, which include chicken and to make the soup for these hungry individuals.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned you're a student. Tell me what it's like balancing everything. Because, of course, going to school is a full-time job.
Yeah.
And, of course, you're doing the pageant as well. You're here in the afternoon recording this interview right now. I would imagine you have other engagements and responsibilities you have to meet as well. What's that been like?
It's been a lot. I actually have a test in a couple hours that I have to study for. But yeah, it's been a lot. Mainly, I've been doing a lot of prioritization. When, you have something, put it down and get to it, avoiding procrastination. And that's the main thing. Coming into this pageant, I've had to prioritize a lot with the different activities and things that I do. And especially since I'm in my final semester at the college. So it's been a lot.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that in addition to working on your public speaking, it's giving you an opportunity to work on prioritizing skills, because that's, of course, things you will carry on into your future and, of course, onto your career path. Now, being a young person from the BVI, everybody here, I've noticed, is very patriotic from a young age. So tell me a bit about your favorite things about the British Virgin Islands, things that you want people to know on the international stage, should you, of course, become Miss Teen BVI and an international ambassador for your territory.
I find that my favorite part about my heritage is the cuisine. Definitely, I love food. And because we are a very tourism industry, I love going to the beach. I love swimming. And yeah, the food is just my favorite part because my grandmother, she loves to cook. So just eating the food and like the Johnny cake and, all those different foods are just really good.
Awesome. Now, I'm sure you'd be familiar with the tart debate. We did ask the other two contestants, so we have to loop you in. Tell us, what's your favorite tart?
So this is going to be very, very controversial. But I don't eat tart. My favorite part of tart is the tart dough.
The crust, yeah.
The tart dough is, so before it goes in the oven, I eat the tart dough. But yeah, that is very controversial. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Everybody has their favorite thing. And of course, it still feeds into the culture, the cultural experiences.
Yes.
I can relate to an extent when my mom would be cooking bread and stuff. I'm like, oh, let me taste the dough.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So don't worry. There's a group of people who are on your side as well. All right. Now, tell me a bit about what qualities you believe that a Miss Teen BVI should hold. And are there any of these qualities that you're working on yourself?
Really good quality that you should have is character, very strong personality. I believe that I'm working on it. I have a strong personality, but I kind of hide it. So I think that's a very good quality that a Miss Teen BVI ambassador should have. Also, being able to have poise, being able to carry yourself well. It's very important that you do that because there are a lot of people watching you all the time and you're somewhat of a role model. So that's one of those qualities that...
Now, I'm glad that you mentioned the word role model because that actually feeds into my next question. Of course, as Miss Teen BVI, you would be placed in that role as a role model for young people in the BVI. There's probably young women looking up at you all now throughout your pageant journey. So what does that mean to you?
It actually means a lot, and there is pressure, but I use this pressure to do better. I'm not afraid of being a role model. I've actually been a role model to a lot of young girls within my community, and I feel that it is a very important thing to be a role model and to carry yourself well in that position.
Awesome. Now, of course, I'd love to see all three of you young ladies continue to be role models after the pageant has gone past, because of course, when you put your name in the public space, people are looking at you, and of course, people are cheering you on as you continue your journey. So I hope that you all always remember that.
Of course.
Now, we are at the end of the interview, but I just want to give you a chance to speak to your supporters. give them their flowers, and of course invite people to come out to the pageant.
Of course. So I want to start off by thanking all my sponsors. I want to thank Captured Photography, Alton Bertie, and Envy Styles. I also want to thank those persons who are working behind the scenes to support me, my mom, my chaperone, and all of my family members who've just been sending donations and lovely messages. I want to thank you for that. With saying that, I want to invite you all to the Miss Teen BVI pageant. It is going to be at the Multipurpose Complex on Saturday, June 1st, 6 p.m. sharp. You don't want to miss it.
Very well put. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And viewers, thank you so much for joining us here today. Of course, you've met the 3 contestants, and now it's time for you to get your tickets and ensure that you have your space at the Miss Teen BVI pageant coming up on June 1st. I'm Jhaka Wooding, and of course, you need to stay locked onto 284 Media throughout pageant season for all the details and all the interviews with the lovely contestants vying for the crown this year. Stay tuned to 284 Media for more great content.